My name is Janae Stracke, and this is On Air with Heritage Action, a podcast built for conservatives. Twice a week, we break down in 5-ish minutes or less how you can get involved today in the fight for conservative values. Today, we are joined by Heritage Action Executive Director Jessica Anderson. Jessica, thanks for joining us. We've been watching the Supreme Court confirmation hearings play out on our TVs this week, and for some people in person. So we decided to play a bit of a game today. I'm going to read a quote to you, and you're going to guess which Dem said it. So you'll guess which senator, Democratic senator, said it and when.
Oh my goodness. Sign me up for this game.
We are excited to hear this. So here we go. I'll read you the first quote. And what I have laid out is a scenario in which very big special interests have a significant role in funding the group that I believe, and much reporting says, is responsible for getting you to the top of the greasy pole of nominee selection. Ooh, the greasy pole. All right.
Okay.
Multiple choice. A, Amy Klobuchar. B, Sheldon Whitehouse, or C, Kamala Harris?
This was Senator Senator Whitehouse, right? This is his famous scribe where he goes after dark money. He went after dark money during the Kavanaugh hearings. He did it this past week with the KBJ hearings. Final answer, B, Sheldon Whitehouse.
Ding, ding, ding. Good
Yes.
job. You got that one right. Yes, you know this one well. And of course, the irony and hypocrisy on display here is that Arabella Advisors, which is a very liberal, left-leaning, for-profit company who has a lot of dark money, much more than any other organization that someone like Senator Whitehouse might be referring to. And they have their hands in all of Biden's nominees' picks, and that includes Judge Jackson. All right, let's move on. The next quote is, if you stand behind your full record in public life, fundamental fairness will dictate that you join us in our call for this committee to suspend until we receive all relevant documents and have a chance to review them. Your failure to do so would reflect a fundamental mistrust of the American people. All right, A, Cory Booker, B, Dianne Feinstein, or C, Mazie Hirono?
Well, this was definitely during the Kavanaugh hearings, again, because this is when they were going back a second time to get docs. I'm going to go with B, Feinstein.
You're close. Okay, so you got it right. This was the Kavanaugh hearings, but it was actually C, Mazie Hirono.
Hirono.
Yes, which, they are all pretty showing their hypocrisy on this, but just this week, Chairman Dick Durbin refused on Wednesday to make public the pre-sentencing reports in a handful of child pornography cases that Republicans had asked for. And he said that it was just a bridge too far for the committee to see those records, which is pretty appalling, Jessica. I think we've both been disgusted hearing some of the reports from the cases where Judge Jackson is actually apologizing to not the victims, the offenders of these crimes.
Right.
And we're talking about children ages 5, 8, 11, certainly not grown adults. All right, let's move on to our third quote here. We have a system of justice that is symbolized by a statue of a woman holding scales, and she wears a blindfold. Now, this is a fun one. All right, multiple choice. A, Patrick Leahy. B, Dick Durbin, or C, Kamala Harris?
This was Kamala Harris. I remember this point blank. This was Harris. This was her shining moment. This was on her YouTube clips for weeks, talking about a woman during the Kavanaugh hearings. Final answer, Harris.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it right again. And of course, this is laughable considering the left refuses to define what a woman even is. And in hearings this week, Judge Jackson was asked if she could define a woman who, of course, we all know Biden also said he would only appoint a Black woman. And she said that she can't define it. So the left continues to blur the lines and defy all reason and basic biology. But I'm not sure how Senator or now Vice President Harris knew that justice was a woman, that was a statue of a woman, and now they can't define what a woman is.
Well, it's a birthing person. Yeah. So let's remember, not long ago, women were simply called birthing peoples. So,
yes.
The history here is not only stupid, but ironic of the different iterations that the left has taken in basically canceling women forever.
That's right. Yeah. And it's really just frustrating to watch play out. All right, let's move on to our fourth quote here. Judge Jackson's nomination and the process by which she was selected stand in sharp contrast. President Biden undertook a thorough and independent review of her record, and she will proceed through a thorough and fair process here in the Senate. All right, A, Sheldon Whitehouse, B, Chris Coons, or C, Cory Booker.
This was just this last week, opening comments from Senator Whitehouse, again, using his time to talk about a fair process when we know it's been anything but. Final answer, A.
You got it right again, and you're right. Anything but a fair process, as I just highlighted a moment ago. President Biden defied all records and ability and decided that he was going to limit his pool to only Black women, which certainly should not be one of the criteria that they're looking for. And of course, this is coming from Senator Whitehouse as well, who is still a member of an all-white country club. The hypocrisy there is at large. And Jessica, I would love to hear your closing thoughts on this, but I think what all of this points to is a continual reminder that the left will use any means to get to the ends of their radical agenda, and facts and logic and science simply don't matter.
Well, first off, I got 3 out of 4, so I think I did pretty well.
I'm very
pretty
impressed.
well, considering the number of hearings that we've worked on here at Heritage Action, confirmation hearings for SCOTUS over the last decade. So 3 out of 4, I'll take that to the bank. And you hit the nail on the head, Janae. I think what we saw this week was a incredibly partisan display. It was unfair treatment. It started off on the wrong foot. It ended on the wrong foot. KBJ is unfortunately a radical nominee that's unfit to serve on the highest court of the land. Conservative senators should use this opportunity to vote no, to expose her dangerous record, as they have done, I think, very well during conservatives asking questions this week. And it exposed just how radical she is. And obviously what she doesn't know, which is what a woman is.
That's right. I would encourage all of you to continue talking about these issues and hypocrisy of the left. It is an election year, and we encourage you to make your voice be heard. Thank you. That's it for another episode of On Air with Heritage Action. Thank you for tuning in. If you like what you heard in today's episode, please click the follow button. If you want to receive a text message each time a new episode airs, text podcast to 51776 and you'll never miss an episode. That's podcast to 51776.